under these circumstances.
Detective Robinson, he works for the sheriff's office, but he is kind of like, I want to put this, trying to explain this in layman terms. He kind of is a detective that makes sure that other detectives in my unit and everybody else's unit is doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Okay, that's why he's here. Okay. You know, I talked to you today, I arrested you this morning, and I pretty much, I was on my way home. I was going home. My supervisor called me because he read my report, and he sent the report to his unit or whatever, and they got with him. So he got with me and said, hey, look, we may need to look at this again, because it's a possibility that, you know, like I said, I don't want to railroad you. I told you that's not my goal from the get-go. I'm not trying to railroad you. I'm trying to find out exactly what happened to your son. Okay? That's his job. Okay? To make sure that I'm not railroading you or I'm not falsely accusing you of anything. Okay? So that's why I'm here back to talk to you again. I was going home, and I've been at this since yesterday. So I'm tired, I'm sleepy, but
I made it come back out.
so here I am. All right. I want to talk to you. I want to clear some things up. I just want to make sure that I'm clear on some things and that you're clear on some things that you've explained to me. Okay? You can speak. You can talk.
Are you okay with talking to us?
I remember the last time I talked to him, I got in handcuffs, so I think I should talk to a lawyer before I talk to him again.
Okay.
That's my son.
Yeah. Well, he's hanging in there. That's all I can say right now. He's hanging in there. Okay.
One of the things that I want to make sure that we do is not send you up a river you don't need to be sent up. That's the God's honest truth. You want the truth from me? Your kid's 50-50.
That's why I say he's hanging in there.
But there's questions we have that only you know about. And if you don't want to speak to us without an attorney, then we'll move forward with what we know. And that is absolutely your right. There is more information that we've discovered that we are prepared to share with you.
Okay.
But if you don't want to speak to me without an attorney, then you have that right.
You do understand that, right? Okay. So you let us know exactly what you want us to do or how you want to proceed.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, because we're in jail, and obviously you're not free to leave, we have to advise you of your constitutional rights, which Detective Polk is going to do so.
And that's because, like you said, I did arrest you this morning, okay? So, you know, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used in court as evidence against you. You have a right to talk to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And the thing is, like I said, do you want to talk? I mean, do you want to clear this up?
Yes.
Say it again?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a huge difference in the type of work that we do as investigators between people that make mistakes or people that are criminals. And if it was a perfect world, the state attorney's office, the district attorney, however you want to word it, would come out and help investigate, and they would put in their 2 cents. But the fact is, the system's so busy that just doesn't happen, and it falls on law enforcement investigators. My job is to make sure that you don't go down for something that you shouldn't go down for. I promise you one thing. I promise you one thing. I don't bullshit people. There's a lot of detectives that play games. I don't play word games. I ain't here to trick you. I ain't here to screw with you. I ain't here to fool you. I am here to tell you exactly where we're at and to give you options. The situation that happened here today, the last day, and so forth, why we're here, we have questions about why, what, and when, and so forth that we're missing. Okay? And if it's okay with you, I'd like to back up a couple days and find out how you came in custody of your son.
Kiki gave me a phone call telling me
That's his mom.
no, his mother's friend.
Okay.
That it's like the voicemail said at 5 years old, come get your son right now because his mother tried to kill herself in front of your son.
Where that was in Colorado, right?
Yes.
And when exactly did you see that phone call?
I want to say I got the phone call and I left maybe I want to say 2-3 weeks ago. And whenever I got the phone call, I left 4 or 5 days after once I got the money to.
So you get, let me understand. So you got the call 2-3 weeks ago, left 5 days after you got the call to go get your son.
Yes.
2-3 weeks ago from today, or
Yes.
Approximately, give or take. So Kiki's your mom. From how did your is it your ex-wife or ex-girlfriend?
Not really.
Baby mama.
Yes.
How did she try to kill herself?
From what I hear, I think pills.
An overdose?
Yes, I don't.
Okay.
I wasn't there.
Did she have custody of your child, full custody, or how was all that working out?
She just took him and ran with him.
She did what?
She just took him and left.
Okay.
She asked to see him and took him.
You explained it to me.
Yes.
Okay.
So you get this call from Kiki saying what?
That, oh yeah, I'll come get Elijah.
Get your ass out here and get your kid, basically.
Yes.
How much money did it take for you to get out to Colorado? Did you fly or drive?
But I flew and cost Greyhound back. It cost approximately, but it was like $700.
Total?
Yes.
That's for the flight and the bus ticket?
Yes.
Okay.
When, before this, when was the last time you saw Elijah?
The previous summer.
2011, summer of 2011?
Yes.
How long did you spend with him?
He was just coming to my house for a weekend or for a week, just a couple of days.
Was your ex still here or was she in Colorado?
She was here in Poinciana.
Okay.
Because they were going through, she said they were going through a divorce. And then.
Going through a what?
A divorce.
Who was going through the court?
Her and her husband.
Oh, she was married?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I told you about the domestic violence issue in Colorado. And then all of a sudden, a week before his birthday, she just left me.
I don't want to miss anything. Summer of 2011, you see him about every weekend.
Yes.
How's your relationship with both Elijah and your ex? Everything?
What do you mean?
You guys get along?
She doesn't, she's off and on with it. Right now, she wasn't returning my phone calls. I don't know if you were able to get in contact.
No, I mean back in the summer of 2011. If you're seeing Elijah every weekend,
From that point, yes.
everything was okay.
Once she started getting a divorce, yes.
Okay, when does she start going through this divorce with her husband?
In the beginning of the summer,
What's your ex's name?
Felicia Rubin.
So she starts going through a divorce in that summer.
Yes.
Things turn bad for you guys.
I guess for her, she hasn't, because before that she wasn't really talking to me. I started talking to her. At first she wasn't, when she went to Colorado, she was ignoring my phone calls and everything. Eventually she started letting me talk to my son on the phone and stuff. And my son, of course, started asking for me.
Okay, let's back up because we're talking about phone. When did she leave to Colorado?
I don't know approximately when, but that previous summer, I would say about the end of the previous summer, maybe.
Give me a month, do you think?
Maybe August or September.
Up and gone.
Yes.
Did she tell you?
No.
Why did she move to Colorado? Why Colorado?
Because I'm thinking I have no idea why Colorado. I'm thinking maybe it has something to do with the Army or...
Was her husband in the Army?
I don't...
Or was she in the military?
No. She talking about, but like I told you, she's schizophrenic. So
Did she go with her ex? Or did she go with just her and your Elijah?
She go with the ex.
Okay, so they both moved.
No, the ex lives there.
Okay.
But husband lives there.
Are they still together?
I
No.
don't know.
So you get this call from Kiki saying she tried to overdose.
Yes.
Come get your kid. You said, okay.
Yes.
You go out there, you bring Elijah back.
Yes.
When do you think you got Elijah back? Do you remember that? That day or date or time frame?
I don't know. The bus broke down a couple times. It was supposed to take only 48 hours, but it took like 3.5 days.
Damn.
So, like Sunday night, Monday, or something.
Of when?
I left on, I believe, a Wednesday. I didn't get back until I think Monday.
So today's the 31st. Are we talking the Wednesday prior? The 23rd? Today's the 31st.
Say,
When did you go out there?
I want to say the 16th or maybe the 9th.
Okay, so you went out there one of those two.
Yes.
When do you think you got back?
The following Monday.
21st-ish,
Yeah, around,
give or take,
around 7, 8 o'clock p.m.
with Elijah.
Yes.
How'd you get from the bus station?
My friend picked me up.
Who, roommate?
No, Watson. My roommate's barely even home. Like, he home.
Right. And you told me that.
How is Elijah when he saw you, since it's been a while since he saw you? How do you think that was?
He was happy to see me.
Was he?
Yes.
Remembered you as dad?
Yes.
It was good to see it?
Yes.
Always had a good relationship with him?
Yes.
Okay. So you get back to the house on that Monday, right? Are you working?
Yes.
Where do you work at?
Family Dollars.
Which one?
Doing off of Oak Ridge in Texas Ave.
Where does Elijah go when you're working?
Well, at first, I've been asking my ex-girlfriends to watch him, but that was getting difficult, basically, to ask people to watch my son for free. And then I let a co-worker's daughter watch my son.
How many ex-girlfriends do you think watched your kid? Elijah.
Said Sandra, Gigi, LaKenja, my current girlfriend, and so about 3 or 4. But LaKenja watched the majority of the time. LaKenja,
When you say majority, how many times do you think?
maybe 5, 6, 7 times.
What about Sandra?
Probably once or twice. Gigi once. the girl's daughter at my job, she watched 2 times. But,
What's her name?
I don't know her. Well, the girl that works with me is Brenda Walker, but I don't know what her daughter's name is. But when she
How would you get in
the last
contact with
time
her?
through
Brenda?
yes. But last time I brought my son over there, he told me all he ate the whole time was a chocolate chip cookie, so I never brought him over there again.
That's hard to die.
This incident happened this morning, is that correct?
Yes.
Or yes, actually
Yes.
yesterday evening, is
Yes.
that right? So that puts us Wednesday evening, right?
Yes.
Talk to me about Tuesday. What happened Tuesday?
Tuesday, nothing.
You remember working that day?
Yes, I worked Tuesday morning.
For what hours?
I worked from 7 to 3.
7 a.m. to 3 p.m.?
Yes.
Who watched Elijah?
My babysitter, the old lady, old Haitian lady,
What's her name?
Mari, Molly is what I call her.
How, what, Mari?
Molly is just how you say Maria in
Maria.
Creole.
Okay. So it's almost like Maria or whatever.
Yes.
What time did you pick? Does she live near you?
Yes. Yes, about 5 minutes.
When you picked up Elijah from, we'll just say Maria, Elijah was okay?
Yes. She loves Elijah.
Do you have a phone number for Maria? Mine?
No, but I can give you pretty good direction how to get there.
How you get to her house?
Yes.
So, you guys have dinner on Tuesday night at the house?
Yes, I always try to feed him when I go home.
Okay.
I told you about his eating habits, and I don't know if, I honestly don't know if people that are watching him are actually feeding him or not, so I try to give him food so he can go home.
Do you live by yourself?
I'm renting a room out for my roommate.
But does he care for Elijah at all?
No,
He's just you're just simply renting a room at a house,
the apartment.
apartment. What time does Elijah go to bed that night?
Which night? Tuesday night?
Tuesday night.
I would say approximately that night. I let him stay a little bit later, so it was around 11 or 12.
Okay. Did y'all go anywhere? Did y'all just come straight home after work or whatever? Did y'all go anywhere prior to coming home?
I dropped off my laundry at my friend's house,
Where? Whose house?
John.
John.
Yes.
His wife washes your laundry or something, or he washes it?
I just dropped it in his washer, and then so if he has a chance to put it in the dryer for me, I just come pick it up.
Okay. But him or his wife or somebody washes it for you?
Yes, so I'll wait there and wash it myself.
Oh, okay. All right.
So Elijah goes to bed around 11 or 12. What happens on Wednesday? Do you go to work?
Yes, at 9.
9 a.m.
Yes.
Till when?
Till around 3, I got off around 3:15, 3:30.
Who's watching Elijah?
My,
What time do you pick him up?
around 3:45, 4 o'clock.
Everything's okay with Elijah?
Yes.
Tell me what happens from then on out on Wednesday.
Go home, take a bath. We both take a bath together. It's kind of our routine.
Okay.
I started organizing stuff for the next day, and I had a cheeseburger I made from the previous night. I warmed it up for him, I cut it up, and gave it to him. And I had to yell at him a couple of times to chew and swallow his food. He's ordering the food.
I got kids.
We usually, sometimes I don't, because since usually he'll say he has to use the bathroom.
Spits it out in the toilet.
Yes, but
Been there.
but he's been peeing on himself lately, so if he says he has to use the bathroom, I tell him you have to go use the bathroom.
Okay.
And then, so when he go use the bathroom, and I would tell him I had to come back and finish his cheeseburger. And then when he fell, I would make a noise. I yelled at him, getting the hair to come back. Because usually if I yell at him, he'll snap to it and come back.
Okay, well, let's back up. He was in the bathroom.
Yes.
Where were you at?
I was in the living room fixing his bag that has his school clothes for daycare the next morning. Usually I try to pack everything, get my clothes ready.
You yelled at him to get out of the bathroom, is that right?
Yes.
What was he doing in the bathroom? Do you know exactly what he was doing?
I have no idea.
What happened then?
I heard a noise, a yell when he go pick him up.
You yelled or he yelled?
I yelled.
Okay.
He was crying. I went to go pick him up. He spit his food out. And then I was holding him. I cleaned
Where did he fall at?
When I went in the bathroom, he was lying in the doorway where half of his body was on the carpet with his hands in front of him and his legs were in the kitchen or in the bathroom.
He was crying?
Yes.
He was awake and conscious?
Yes.
What happened then?
He spit the food out. I told him that usually if he's crying, if I tell him be quiet or whatever, then usually he'll stop crying. But he was usually just crying. So I was like, okay, you don't have to eat the food right now, but you have to eat it later. So then,
Take time.
so then
Let's pause hang on. Let's pause for 1 second. Let me tell you one of the things that I try to tell people about where your son is at. I don't lie to parents. I don't give false hope. I don't give fake hope. I will tell you that your son is at the absolute best children's hospital in the world. I will tell you that. Okay?
the guy right now.
I'm sorry?
The guy right now.
You said you picked him up after he fell down, is that right?
What this mom? I read the spit out. We lay down. I got up.
You said you both laid down?
Yes. I got up and I made myself a protein shake.
Where'd you guys lay down at?
In the living room.
Couch, floor?
The couch.
Okay.
One better. And the couch is closest to the radio.
Okay. What happened then?
I made myself a protein shake, finished packing up the stuff. I checked up on him every time. He was breathing, he was fine.
Was he sleeping?
Yes.
Okay.
Then I got up around 8 o'clock. Usually if I get up,
I'm sorry, about 8 o'clock?
yes, usually if I get up and I call him, he'll get up. He'll get up.
How were you calling? Were you calling his name? Were you shaking it?
I was yelling his name, then stand me up, get up, and I just try to shake him, whatever. I had to press it out his cheek. He wasn't getting up. And then I had to text Sandra, I was like, why is he not getting up? On Facebook, I was like, he's not responding to me. Or not. She says, try to rub his chest. If he's not rubbing it, if he doesn't wake up, call 911 like right now. And then I said, okay.
Who were you talking to on Facebook about it?
Sandra.
What exactly did you Did you text her from your phone?
The only thing that's working right now is just my internet and my cable because Bright House lets me set it up and pay it later.
So you did that on your phone, or was that on a laptop, or was that on a
Laptop. My phone has been off for the past 5 days.
Okay, on your laptop.
Yes.
What exactly did you text her? I mean, what exactly did you send her? What was the message?
You can pull up. I'll let you see my Facebook. You can pull it up.
So she says, rub what? Rub his chest?
Yes.
Okay, did you do that?
Yes.
What happened?
He wasn't responding.
What happened then?
Call 911.
And then, obviously, here we are. You called 911, and I listened to the call. You told him that earlier today he hit his head, and now he won't wake up, and you need paramedics. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember telling Detective Polk anything different about that?
No.
Here's one of the things I want to make sure I do, and this is where I'm gonna share a little bit of information about what we have. Anytime we work something like this, we have to make the decision, or at least assist the courts and the state attorney's office with what position we put you in. And there's two positions, and they kind of, we're here, and they go off in different directions. And I don't mean any disrespect by this at all to you, because I've looked. You got arrested for a DUI. You're not a criminal. You're not a thug. You're not a punk. I don't think that about you at all. And trust me, I've been doing this long enough that if I thought that, I'd probably tell you. The problem I have is, do you know that we got a search warrant for your house today?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what we found at your house today?
No.
Okay. We found a lot of evidence that shows us a little bit different than what you're telling us. And one of the things that I want to make sure we do today, this is my job, is to make sure that the story that we get out today is the truth.
Yes.
Because a case like this is going to go to court. Okay? And I do this a lot because I want this to make sense to you. You work at Family Dollar. Do you have a lot of money? This is my horrible drawing of a courtroom. And the type of case this is, there's going to be 12 jury members, and there's probably going to be 3 to 4 alternate jury members that will listen to this case. My job is to take everything that I learn about this case, to include talking to you, the search warrant, the doctors, and your child's been examined by multiple different doctors. And I have to make a decision of what position I put you in. And this is where we go back to this. And I'm going to give you the choice. But one of the things that I'm telling you that you're not doing with us is being completely honest. And the only way to fix this, is to be honest. Because the thing about it is, we are very good at what we do. I mean, He don't look like a young man. He's been doing this a long time. I've been doing this for 14 years. He's older than I am. He's been doing it for 22 years. Let me tell you what we found at your house. We found your son's bloody shirt in the garbage can.
That was from like 3-4 days ago.
Okay. I also found blood splatter on the wall in the bathroom. But the problem with that is we didn't immediately find it because it was cleaned up.
When he probably from his blood shirt from 3-4 days before, and my blood is on full too from my injections.
Yeah.
The train.
Well, the problem is this is on walls.
Mirrors, walls.
And it's been cleaned up and wiped up. The decision I have to make, and it has to be made before I leave here, with your help, is whether I put you as a criminal or a person that made a mistake.
But can't you tell how old the blood is?
Sure.
Then I should tell you.
But again, the problem is the injuries that Elijah has is not from falling and hitting his head. So what I'm trying to tell you is, before you go into there with a public defender and give a very, very poor story,
I'll tell you what happened that day. But the thing is,
just you need to hear me, because we do this all the time. I'll give you an example. I'm going to give you a real example. I talked to a 26-year-old girl who her little baby had colic. And she got frustrated. And this is not what I'm saying you did. I'm giving you this example. And she was so scared to tell us the truth. And she got so frustrated and she shook her kid. And she grabbed her kid so hard it cracked her rib. But she wasn't honest with us. She was finally honest with us. And the state did everything that they could to get the kids back in the family, get the family the help they needed, and to make the family right. Because she chose to say, I made a mistake. The problem that I'm trying to tell you is, with what we have right now in the story you're giving me, you're not giving me much option but to send you to court looking like a criminal that intentionally hurt your son.
and not to hurt my son at all. All I did was yell at him to come back out. I haven't given whoopings before. I haven't yelled at him before. But the thing about
This is not about the yelling or the whoopings. I'm telling you, I got 2 doctors. That's all they do. That's all they do is say how these injuries occurred. And the injury to your child's head did not happen by hitting the carpet.
That's what I found him.
I don't disagree with that. What I think happened is something got out of hand. And you either got frustrated, or you made a mistake, or you might have disciplined him too hard. Which, let me tell you something, is not as big of a crime as you think it is. That's what I'm trying. That's why I'm here. That's why I was called out of my house, to tell you that if you were disciplining your son and something got out of hand, that's a big, big difference than somebody that intentionally went out to beat their kid. So you've got to help me put you as a person that will do everything possible to make the situation right. And if it was a mistake and it got out of hand, then it's a mistake. If we can't get to that, I have to go the crime route. But when we leave here, him and I are the only ones writing reports. There's nobody else telling your story. As of right now, I get to say you've been cooperative, honest, upset. You care about your son. If you think you are the only parent that has ever disciplined their kid too hard, I don't mean this a mean way, but you're kind of crazy because it happens all the time. But you have to be honest with us about it. Because if you're not, there's going to be doctors that are going to testify that you did this on purpose. And the only person that can clear this up is you. You a religious man?
I'm religious.
You need to hear me because you are talking to a Christian man. This is no BS. In this case, the truth, I promise you, will set you free. Because the information we have right now, we're charging you like you did this on purpose. I'm here to tell the state, if there's something you need to tell me and change the story, it's got to be done right now. We got to come to Jesus right now. If you made a mistake and got upset, that is not always a crime. The state of Florida does not want your children. The state of Florida does not want to take your kids.
That's what they already told me. That is.
Okay, well, let me tell you something about the DCF worker you spoke to. I'm not a fan of DCF. But let me tell you something. The state doesn't want to spend money taking care of your child.
Yeah, but I don't really get mother's taking care of me.
Then this is the chance and the opportunity to be honest. Because if you're not honest, you got no chance of being involved with Elijah ever again. You've got to trust that the truth will set you free. But I've got to find some answers to why this stuff happened. On the way over here,
Never gonna let me see what's happening here.
that's not true.
I can't even see everybody at the house.
That's not true. Wilfred, look at me. Eye to eye. Look at me. That's not true. It is true on this side. Because here's the problem. When these 12 people hear that story that you told me and Detective Polk the first time, they're not going to buy it. And they're going to put you in prison. Here's the difference. You need to hear me. Let's look at me. Listen to me. Here's the difference. When somebody stands up and takes responsibility, you may not even see the courtroom. You may be put on a parenting plan. If you had a choice, I'm going to paint the worst case scenario for you. If you had a choice, you ready? You made a mistake, you're honest about it. You serve a year probation or you go to prison for 10 years. Which would you pick?
Whichever one lets me see the sun.
You will be allowed to see your son. But the only way you can do that is when I get to call my boss when I leave here and says, he's not a criminal. He's a dad that got thrown into the mix and made a mistake. But Wilfred, you gotta be honest with me. It's the only way I can help you. It's the only way. What happened?
Yeah, talk to you more for a second.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, talk to you more for a second.
Yeah, you can talk. Would you like Detective Polk to step out?
Just for a second, please.
Absolutely.
Alright. You know what? I'll just call over the family. Leave a bottle with you and get family. Excuse me.
Let me say this before you say it. My job is to clean up on that stuff. My job is to clean this mess. I'm sorry? That's Sherman's Hospital. Here's where you're at. Here's where you're at with your son. You want the truth? I'm going to give you the truth, but you're going to promise me something. After I give you the truth, you're going to give me the truth. Fair enough? Your son has a swelling in the brain. He has a brain bleed. That sounds bad. Those things can get healed. Apparently, they've removed a portion of his skull, which is okay, that's the bone, and that has relieved some of the pressure. I'll tell you that the brain does crazy things. Sometimes it heals itself. Relieving the pressure was the biggest thing that they had to do. And from the information I have, they have relieved the pressure. Now, would I look at you and tell you you have no chance? I'm not ready to say that. Not with Arnold Palmer. I'm trying to tell you, those people are pretty good. What do you want to talk to me about?
Well, first, the 3 days before, when he had my woman attacker, when I brought him over, and he had bit his lip or busted his lip or whatever, that was because I had spanked him overnight. And then he had fell down and hit in between where the space between the sink and the tub.
In the bathroom?
Yeah. Didn't I tell him to take his shirt off or whatever. You know, I was going to take him to the bathroom. The shirt was stuck around his hand. He was trying to pull it off because I guess he been trying to unbutton the shirt. And then he got blood on his shirt.
From the bloody lip?
Yes. And
he bit his lip?
He bit his lip, and
okay.
Sometimes he gets...
But you spanked?
Yes.
Okay.
And sometimes he'll get a bloody nose.
Okay.
And so I cleaned it with a Q-tip.
Okay.
And then, but when I brought him to my friend Dr. Eisenberg, he told me that I guess he was a sick doctor. She tries to talk to him, and he told me try not to scream and yell at him because he told him that his mother did that to him a lot, and he said I should try to go the opposite route with him.
That's probably why he pees his pants sometimes. He probably gets scared.
And then just threw his shirt away, and we cleaned up the blood from when he tried to take his shirt off, and then threw it away. Today, So ever since that happened, I've been trying to not spank him or whatnot. But when he came home, it was Wednesday. And I was yelling at him to bring eat food or whatnot. And when he was holding the food in his purse, he was trying to spit the food out to the trash can. The car spitting the trash can.
I'm sorry.
That car him spitting the food
Oh,
out to the
when
trash
you caught him spitting the food in the trash can.
Yeah. I had pinched up with his arm and told him to come to the bathroom and choose all the food. You're gonna get a whooping in the bathroom. He ran into the left side of the door frame, but that didn't do it. He still went in the bathroom. I grabbed him by his left arm and I hit the spanked him. And then I told him to use the bathroom and we come back. I swear he did not hit the side of his head. I don't know why.
How did he hurt his head?
I don't know. Oh, I didn't see him when he fell. I was back in the living room getting his bag ready.
Was he crying in the bathroom?
Yes.
Any point that you got frustrated, did you shake him?
No, I never shook Elijah. I never shake Elijah. All I do is I either yell at him, pinch him, or spank him.
Is it possible that you were in the bathroom? Did you, and I don't mean the word throw, did you push him out of the bathroom to go back to eat?
When I was, can I demonstrate him?
Yeah.
When I was spanking him,
Are we in the bathroom?
yes,
Okay.
towards the door.
That's the door.
Yes, I was spanking him like this.
Okay. Did he fall at that point?
Yes, forward.
Okay. Where did he hit his head at?
I don't know, I didn't see it.
But he fell.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else that you need to tell me about that?
No, I cleaned him, I already spit the food out, and I felt like I already whooped him, so. He was crying way too hard, so I felt like I could overbreak.
You mean when he fell, he was crying really hard?
Yes.
Do you think you disciplined him a little too hard?
I told him too much damage to him. He said food. Yes. He's still skinny.
Well, listen, you're talking to a dad who went through the same thing you did. My kid would go spit in the toilet. I would lie to you if I ever told you that I didn't yell at my kid and then go to bed at night and go, what the hell did I yell at my kid about that for? How hard do you think the whooping was that caused him to fall?
I didn't think it was that hard, but
Do you think it was hard enough that it caused him to fall and hit his head hard enough? What kind of carpet is out? Is it like a hallway out in front of the bathroom?
No, it's like it's the door that frame fell last week, so there's no door frame.
Okay.
There's no door, so it's just an open frame, and the carpet's just it's close to the tile, but
Old carpet, new carpet.
it's old carpet.
Could it be hard floor?
It's not soft. It's not cushion coated.
What I'm saying is, sometimes, you go into a brand new house and you can throw yourself on the carpet and it's soft. Is this worn out carpet to the point that it's a hard floor?
A little bit, but I don't think it's not all fault. It's tired.
Okay. Do you know where he hit his head at?
No.
Are you okay with Detective Polk coming back?
I checked his. I think he spit the food out. Whatever is crying, I checked his head for anything. He's not ready to go. There's nothing wrong with him. He seemed okay.
Would you ever intentionally hurt your child?
Oh no. I swear, I would not. I would never let him again. I can't.
Okay. I think I'm kind of done. Is there anything else that you want me to know about anything? Relationships? Your son? Is there anything you need me to know about?
I've been trying to work really hard with him and Dr. Eisenberg. I always took things with issues and everything. They have any family. It's just me and him. I don't want to.
You don't have any family here locally?
I don't know. I haven't talked to anyone ever since I went to the military.
Okay.
I didn't hear our conversation when I was gone, so.
The blood that was cleaned up was you telling me it was from the lip, right?
Yes, I'm sure.
Did he get that bloody lip that time you spanked him in the bathroom?
Yes, Mari, the next day I told Mari to be careful about brushing his teeth. So she spent, I think it was 2 or 3 days prior. She spent it
To today?
Yes, but she.
So I just want to make sure you disciplined him, you spanked him 2 or 3 days before today. Did he bite his lip?
I don't know how.
Did you slap him?
No.
Okay, but he got a bloody lip.
Yes.
And that was where the blood on the shirt came from, and that's what was cleaned up.
Yes, but he was trying to take his shirt off.
Okay.
Again, if you're going down, if you get out my neighborhood and you make a right, and you make a right on Americana, then you make a left at that and Scott,
Yeah. It's San Antonio.
and then you go all the way down San Antonio, then you make a right on Honor, and then once you pass once you pass Grand Point, the houses that's immediately to your right that lets you go into that neighborhood.
Yes.
You make a first left. And then when you go into the roundabout turn, it's the last house on the left hand side.
Who lives there?
Right.
Maria. We're going to call her Maria.
Yes. And Dr. Eisenberg lives in the Enclave Suites Hotel off of International Drive.
Is he the psychiatrist seeing your son?
Yes.
What does he say your son has? Does he have an anxiety disorder? What's the issue?
He says that he's been traumatized. That he says that he said for you to try to ease up, give him some time to adjust.
Okay. Okay. You been completely honest with me?
Yes, sir. Is there any way you guys can just keep that, on a certain way?
Yeah, we'll make that attempt, absolutely. Absolutely. Do we have ways to get in touch with babysitters?
It's in your phone, correct? The babysitter is
No.
Maria. Is her number in your phone?
No.
You don't have a phone number for her? That way you just told us is how you get to her house.
Where's his phone?
Yeah, his phone is, I have his phone. I have your phone. So,
I may need to get some phone numbers off there to follow up with some of these babysitters.
Okay.
My question for you is, would you give me permission to download your phone to get information off of your phone?
Okay.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. What that means is that we would plug your phone into a computer system and we would get your contacts and the phone calls. That way we would be able to contact those people. Do you give us permission to do that?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me? The first thing you do is hang in there. The second thing you do is pray. And the third thing you do is take a breath. Hey, one day at a time. Okay? Things aren't going to change overnight right now. One day at a time. And as long as you've been completely honest with me, because here's the thing that's going to, I hope you think I'm a fair guy and I'm a nice guy, but I can be a real big butthole too. If I go out and find information that you're lying to me, I'm coming after you.
Okay.
Don't make me do that.
Okay.
Be honest with me. As long as you're honest with us, we're able to work this through for what it is, not for what we think it is.
Yes.
Is that fair? Okay. I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm that everything you've told me is true and correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I don't have anything else.
do you have any questions for me? Or anything you want to say to me?
Approximately 21:33 hours will conclude.